What's up, guys? The future is bright for the iPad Pro and for us as users because Apple presented iPadOS 16 during the recent WWDC, and thank God I was a bit wrong and this update is way better than I originally thought. And yes, it actually is way better because not only gives you some of the functions, very nice functions that I'm gonna talk about a bit later, but also gives you like the hope and the perspective that Apple eventually is gonna do something with those iPad Pros, as well as the fact and indication that they are finally using at least some of the power M1 has. So, to the point. Well, at first I wasn't really so blown away with iPadOS. I was a bit disappointed because, as always, they were talking about all of those iOS 16 features that also come to iPadOS. Like mail, iMessage, no lock screen, by the way, but this intelligence, this live text in videos, and the ability to remove the background and just highlight the character and move it from the photo. So like it was good, but like it was still iOS. And they do that pretty much every year, just talk about iOS features that come also to iPadOS. But on top of that, they introduced some features exclusive for the M1 chips, like the stage manager and the support of the external monitor. Like this is something people have been asking out for years, and like finally now we get this. Like the monitor support, I feel like is really well done. It supports up to 6K. The stage manager, I really like the way it looks. Like you can change the size of the windows, you can make it more like macOS and way more functional than it was before. And yes, to address some of your issues and questions, like yes, this is only exclusive to M1 iPads, meaning the iPad Pros 2021 and iPad Air 5, but like it actually makes sense. I sincerely believe that Apple didn't just do it, so they would nerf the previous iPad Pros, but it more comes down to RAM, I believe. Like iPad Pro 2018 has only 4 gigs of RAM, 2020 has 6, and like if you open like 4 stage manager windows and on top of that you connect that to the 6K monitor and open another 4, like this is a lot of intensity when it comes to the RAM, when it comes to the processing power. So I really believe that you need more of that power, more of that resources to actually make that work flawlessly. So I really think it made sense. It also made a lot of sense, when we consider that finally we are using the power of the M1 for the work, for the productivity. So I really love that. And on top of that, for other iPads, yeah, this was a decent update, I hope so. We mostly focus on those M1 exclusive features, but like other iPads, aren't that pro that you wanna push with them more and more to your limits. So like I'm okay with the updates they were. I still of course think more can be done, maybe calculator app. Just kidding, of course, but like that can be done too. I really think that now they took a step in the proper direction, making the iPad more functional. It's still not macOS, it's still not functional as it should be, but like it is a step in the right direction. I'm really glad to see these changes after the previous extremely disappointing iPadOS 15 update. Now we finally can say that yes, this update brings something more, makes iPad better in some ways, even though these updates were mostly provided to those more powerful iPads. But hey, it makes sense, the iPadOS is really functional when it comes to those cheaper iPads, since it's great for students, great for basic use cases. But like if you're buying M1 product, you wanna do some more, and now you have the capability to do at least some more. Therefore, I believe this is a pretty decent update. Like on top of that, I really like how Apple started talking about gaming, and I'm gonna make a separate video on that. But like just emphasizing the gaming, that's something they do very, very, very rarely, and that makes me think that they wanna maybe get more into that, maybe more into mobile gaming. I really like that, since these are perfectly good machines for gaming. I play Call of Duty Mobile on my iPad Pros. I do a lot of gaming tests on this channel, and it's a really capable machine with a great hardware, and I like that Apple is acknowledging that and maybe pushing more to that games. But yeah, again, that I'm gonna talk about in the next video, so you may wanna subscribe for that. But coming back to iPadOS, I really like the changes, you know, we got the weather app, we got all of those iOS 16 features, which were pretty decent. We didn't get the lock screen, of course. We didn't get multiple audio support, like, you know, when you're watching, for example, Netflix, and then you want to listen to some music, you can do that on any PC, any Mac, and what on, but you can still do that on an iPad. And this is the number one issue that I have. I just want to have it so badly, like, you know, be able to watch a YouTube video and then edit my own video without audio stopping, you know, unnecessarily just because I'm having the other track. Like, this is ridiculous. But other than that, I feel like the iPadOS 16 is a way better update than iPadOS 15 and 14. And since 2019, we are finally getting some significant updates to the iPads, even though those updates are mostly exclusive to the M1 chips. It's still pretty decent, and you know, it was pretty much the way I wanted, because as I said, I believe like the basic iPads, they already have plenty of capabilities, and if you are paying for more, you wanna get more, so we are getting that with iPadOS 16.